Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. Glad to have you with us on the last day of the week, going into Easter weekend.
Boy, if you're ready to be inspired, this is the show for you.
This is it, man.
Yeah.
We've got Mike Minter and Brian Anderson in here with us, and they are from the Hometown Heroes Ride. This is coming up soon. Such an important event and a very impactful event.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what it's all about, how you can get involved in every single way possible. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a great show. Of course, we've got your horoscopes, your events, and all the good stuff that usually comes along with the program as well. And we appreciate you being here. We appreciate our great sponsors for helping us put this show on each and every day. And one of those being, of course, our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln right here in St. Augustine for 76 years serving our area, our little corner in Northeast Florida. Bozard Ford Lincoln is here for you and your family. You can experience an extensive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, quick and quality servicing, and an amazing parts and accessory shop. Anything you need to soup up your Ford, they got it out there at that parts and accessory shop. And make sure you grab a signature burger out there at Ford's Garage while you're there. They offer services from home delivery to company fleet servicing at Bozard Ford Lincoln. And they always know that your family is their family. They're big parts of this community just like you. They are driven to inspire.
I love those custom capabilities that they're doing. Bozard Build right now. It's so cool.
Yeah, very cool. Also, speaking of very cool, our friends at the Bailey Group.
Okay.
Over 300 companies and organizations trust the Bailey Group to carefully craft a benefits program that supports and reflects their vision and their goals. No matter where you want to go, they're going to help you get there together. Their first priority is helping you take care of yourself and your family. They want to learn all the intricate details of what makes you you so that they can build the perfect plan for long-term success. Those long-term relationships that encourage open and honest communication, those have been the cornerstone of their foundation of success for all these years. Give them a call. Let them help you. 904-461-1800. And then, of course, our friends at Elace Med Spa. If you're looking for a relaxing and rejuvenating experience, look no further than Elace Med Spa. At Elace, they specialize in providing their clients with a range of luxurious spa treatments and advanced medical aesthetic procedures, whether you're looking to unwind with a hydrofacial or enhance your natural beauty with Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, hair removal, all that good stuff, and more. Their expert staff will help you develop a personalized treatment plan tailored to your unique needs and goals. It's beauty on your terms. You have high standards. So do they at Elace. Check them out. They're at 2100 A1A South, Suite 2. That's out there on the island. And you can visit their website. Check out all the great things they can offer to you at elace.com.
70% off of laser treatments right now.
Ooh.
Pretty nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
70%.
Telling you, it's expensive. So that's a good one to cash in on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good deal. Let's get into talking about the Hometown Heroes Ride.
All right.
Mike Minter joining us here this afternoon, as well as Brian Anderson. Guys, how y'all doing?
It's good. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having us again.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate
Absolutely. Mike just saw you at the Jimmy Jam event out there over the weekend.
it. Yes, sir.
That was great, man.
That was amazing.
That was
It's amazing.
awesome.
If you weren't there, sorry
Ooh,
for
you missed out. You better sign up for next year now.
Yeah. It was, oh,
man.
Very, very impressive.
Well, you have your own very impressive event, very important event coming up as well. Talk to me about Hometown Heroes Ride. We talked to you about this last year, but if you don't mind, just refresh everybody's memory. I'm sure we got a lot of new people watching since last year as well. What is the Hometown Heroes Ride?
Well, the Hometown Heroes Ride primarily exists so that way we can provide military, law enforcement, emergency first responders and their families with zero to no cost construction needs. That was kind of the initial intent. We had a retired JSO officer that 3 years into his retirement was in a motorcycle accident, leaving him paralyzed. So really, we started with how can we help him? How can we improve his quality of life? So we started on that mission to retrofit his vehicle. It was his retirement gift to himself, and anytime something major happens and causes that type of life change, you want to try to provide them with some sort of normalcy, something that was previously, because a lot of times with the injury, they get in their head and they think, well, I just can't do this stuff anymore. I can't do this anymore. And that's half of the mental illness of it. So we were trying to find ways to be creative to give him some of that life back. That event was a tremendous success. We ended up being able to retrofit his truck and his wife's vehicle. And then we had some stuff, some financing left over.
Wow.
So we said, what can we do with this? How can we continue to push it forward? So we started building ramps. We started doing basically repairs and remodeling to other veterans and their spouses, widows or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It grew. So we had the second one because we knew there was such a high demand for it, right? So the second one we did, we blew the doors off. We did 55,000, which was amazing, right?
Congratulations.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we did some more renovations, did a bathroom remodel, and then we purchased some scholarships for the Horseplay Therapy Rise Up for Veterans program.
Yeah.
And they use the equine therapy to help veterans and veterans of course, but now also first responders. As a result of the scholarship purchases, they're able to expand.
That's great.
So we purchased several scholarships for them, and allowed them to be able to use it, at their discretion to military, law enforcement, and first responders. And that's actually kind of what's bled us into this third one, because the very first recipient of one of those scholarships is Carlton Berry,
Okay.
who's we're honoring at this event.
That's awesome.
So he's gone through the program, and it's made a complete 180 on his life, and
Really?
changed him dramatically. So we did a site visit with Builders Care, because of course Builders Care is part of this program,
Mm-hmm.
and noticed that his house really wasn't to the standard that he needed really for his disability. He's wheelchair bound. And just to
And
touch
his
a
house
little,
just wasn't wheelchair accessible at all.
not really, no, not at all. I mean, it
Because
was
that gets expensive. I mean, people don't realize just getting ramps and
Floors and-
flooring and some of the things that you guys were able to upgrade him with is not cheap.
yeah. So we're aiming to do a zero threshold shower. There's a jacuzzi tub that we have selected to put in there and to help him with the circulation with his
huge.
legs.
That's
We're going
huge.
to take all the carpet out and do some hard flooring so that way he can wheelchair, around the house.
Yeah.
Widen some doorways. Basically, make his life more easy, or more accessible, I guess, to the normal things that we all take for granted.
Yeah.
It's just a normal day for us is an incredibly daunting task for somebody with a disability.
And you guys just released a video of his kind of testimony about this. And
Absolutely.
when you say changed his life, I mean, he was just in a rough state of mind. I mean, how can you not be just having your entire life, your accessibility to life completely changed? And he was just in a bad state of mind, as he talks about in the video, I think. But this program really did turn
Changed his
his
life.
life around.
100%.
So impressive.
So that's the mission. Continue that.
Yeah. So Brian, I want to ask how you got involved with the Hometown Heroes Ride. And
I was a spectator. Sorry, I was a spectator. I was a spectator during the first Hometown Heroes Ride,
yeah,
and seeing what this did for Lonnie Mills, and how that changed his life. How to have him. It allowed him to get his confidence back, to try to get some normalcy back in his life. And
yeah,
I just knew then and there that I was not going to be on the sidelines for round two. We knew this was more than 1 year. It's
Yeah.
multiple years. It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife, and she looked at me, and we're like, we're in this. We're in this 100%. That's how I got involved with VEMA. And the mission that VEMA does. And when I joined VEMA, I realized just how much of impact that they can make in the community. And the second Hometown Heroes was great. I like being a part of that. And we linked up with Builders Care again, and it was you're just hooked. Like that, you can't unsee what happens to those. You can't unfeel what happens to those events. And so you're chasing that high from those events and how that makes you feel, and how if that makes me feel that good, how does that impact the honoree and those families around you? How can that change their lives? How great they must feel inside. And so to be part of that was a no-brainer for me. And
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to get as many small businesses. You know, I'm a local small business owner, and we're
Yeah.
trying to get just as many small businesses involved in this, because those sponsorships is what allow us to do more for the local community. And
Yes.
you get more local small businesses involved, it's just going to grow exponentially.
Yeah.
And you know, you start with small things in the community, and then the community gets better. You know, and that's what's the word? It's very contagious. And so when it changes this community, it will change the next community, and just everybody seems to come up. And after visiting the Rise Up for Veterans program out there in Hastings, it was another high. Once you see that, that's like, how can we help you? You know, how can we support you to make this better? And every time that we do one of these events, it raises more money and more awareness, and helps more local veterans, military, and first responders.
Yeah.
And we just have to be part of that. Anything
So
we can do.
as someone who's seen this from the beginning, I mean, you must be so impressed with the growth.
It's
that
just
this is
insane.
having
The
each
growth's
and every
insane.
year.
You know, we're working on this year, but in
Yeah.
the back of my mind, I'm like, if that's this year, I can't
We
wait
gotta
to see
start-
next year.
Right,
You know,
right.
like I'm already a couple years down the road going, this is going to be insane. The exponential growth is just marvelous, and I'm glad to be part of it.
So Brian, paint a picture real quick here. Like, you pull up to the event. What do people see? What you see, a sea of 300 people? Like, what?
You do. You just see, you see motorcycles everywhere, and you know, you pull up. You know, we do it out of Adamek Harley Davidson, St. Augustine, and you pull up, and there's people around, and it's like a sixth sense, I guess you would say. Like, there's just some feeling. You know, you pull into the parking lot, it's like this curtain of air, and when you pass through it, it just changes you. You know that everybody's there for a good. What's the word? Don't have the word for it. They're just there for this event, this impactful event for the community, and you just, it's a high. Like, you can't come down off of that when you're there. And so you come in, you see the motorcycles, you know, you register, you park your motorcycle, and you talk to everybody. You know, you hear why they're there and how much stuff you have in common with everybody. And you know, everybody's always at that event, but everybody always talks about the next event. How can we do more? You know, everybody wants to get involved more, and so you know, it's I don't know. It's just amazing. Like,
That is
it's
amazing.
words. It's hard for me to describe it in words. Just come out to the event, feel what we feel when you walk through that curtain of air. It's just magic.
Yeah.
And
I love how you went from spectator to just diving in head first. Like,
Right.
what can I do to
we were
level
there
this
maybe
up every year?
maybe 30 minutes, and
Yeah.
you know, and when you start seeing everybody pull together and grow and just come together, you know, and when I looked at my wife and she looked at me, and I got tears rolling down my cheek, and she's got tears rolling down her cheek, and we just looked at each other. We're like, we're involved next year. Like, there's going to be another one and another one, and another one. And, you know, I would just imagine that everybody else there felt the same way, because there's so many people that get re-involved the next year. And that's what makes the event continue to grow.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. And so, Mike, what is Builders Care, and how is Builders Care involved in this every year?
Builders Care is the charitable arm, faith-based organization within NEFBA, Northeast Florida Builders
Association. Okay.
So Builders Care, their primary mission is to help the poverty-stricken and needy, and those that don't have the ability to help themselves in the construction industry, like I said, for zero or no cost.
Yeah.
So partnering with them, we're able to do the same thing, and all the money that we raise for this event gets earmarked specifically for that demographic: military, law enforcement, emergency first responders, and their families. So Builders Care operates the whole that whole side of it, and they are the recipient of the funds.
Okay.
So
And Brian mentioned VEMA.
Yeah.
What is VEMA?
So VEMA is Veteran Enforcers Motorcycle Association. We are
Okay.
a national organization. Florida has about 5 chapters at the moment. And our membership consists of military, law enforcement, emergency first responders. I myself am the commander of the St. Johns County chapter. Brian is our administration officer for the chapter. our primary goal is to pay homage to those that made the ultimate sacrifice in the supports of our freedom here at home as well as abroad. You know, we have our ride statement is riding for those who saw more. That's our statement.
That's awesome.
So every year, each chapter identifies a hero, or it could be a soldier, police officer, or whatnot, or a family member that's lost somebody while serving in those capacities, and we honor them. We pay homage to them. Like it's what every chapter does, and that goes in very different formats how they do that. But generally, you know, we'll have some sort of an event and go meet with the family. Commonly, what I like to do, particularly in our chapter, is we'll reach out to the family or the active member, and we'll have them come out to dinner and we'll get to know them. And commonly, what gets asked to me is, why us? And that's a great question, but why not? You know, like, you know, every single person that's ever donned the uniform deserves that kind of respect and dignity. You know, we tried a couple years ago, I had one that, you know, they were like, well, why us? Like, what do you want? Like, what are you selling? You know? And I'm like, we're not selling anything other than appreciation, you know? And I was like, you know, I just tell me about him. Tell me about your son.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what made him him. You know, a lot of times people get this idea that, you know, the only ones we remember are the ones that, you know, are Medal of Honor recipients.
Right.
You know, and it's like it could be anybody for anything, you know, that was serving. You know, so we try to get to know who they are as a person. You know, this year's honoree, Carlton Berry. I mean, he's just an amazing guy. You know, that had an accident happen to him. You know. He didn't jump out of a plane with a tank strapped to his back and land with no parachute. You know,
Yeah.
he's not that guy. He's a guy that was serving his country, and there was a malfunction that caused him to fall from a tower, you know, leaving him paralyzed, you know, and he was a, you know, 12-year veteran, you know, he served in Afghanistan, served in Iraq, survived all of that, was a drill instructor, you know, was just leaving drill instructor doing workups to get ready to deploy again. He was a lifer.
Wow.
That was who he was. He was a soldier. That was his career.
Mm-hmm.
And to have it end on a training exercise, on a tower in a controlled area,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
like,
devastating.
think about that. Like, it's not like he wasn't at war. You know, he wasn't,
Right.
you know, he was just training,
Yeah.
you know, doing his job, you know, perfecting his craft.
How did you
And
guys get connected with him?
it was through the VA, because his therapist through the VA, he was going through a therapy for PTSD, and they recommended Rise Up for veterans. And then when they put them two together, that's where, like we said earlier, you know, they called, and, you know, the VA is great. They're doing great things for the community, for our veterans. Sometimes it can be kind of a cumbersome process. So
Yeah.
part of last year purchasing those scholarships was to allow them to be able to remove some of that red tape. So that way they could go straight in and help veterans that need. We all know with mental health, they need it immediately. You know, we don't need to wait, you know, 6 months to a year and let the process run through. And, you know, that's too late. If a veteran has enough courage to reach out and say that they need help, it is our duty, and my opinion, our responsibility to help them immediately. You know, I mean, that takes a lot of courage, and I think people
Just to
miss
reach
that.
out for help.
Right,
It
right.
really does.
So when they do, you listen, you know, and you act on it. You
Yeah.
know, so that's what we were trying to do, is provide them with the means to be able to do that without all the red tape.
Yeah.
So they did that, and so Carlton came out, and it was on the site visit. We determined that, you know, he needed some repairs done at his house, especially, you know, given the circumstance and getting to know him as an individual. So that's why, you know, we just moved forward into it. You know, I mean, if you don't know anything about Builders Care, I highly encourage you to check them out. You know, look them up, you know, online. I don't have their website in front of me, but
I'll
I
put
think
it in comments. No
yeah.
worries. Yeah.
They're just amazing group of people, amazing organization, backed by I don't even know how. I think it's some 400 businesses are in support of Builders Care.
Yeah.
And NEFPA. I mean, it's just a fantastic organization. It's the true definition of being there and helping people that are in need. And this just it's basically, it checks all the boxes for us. We're able to help a ton of people. We're able to get the word out. We're able to get them the right help. Commonly a lot of people don't even know really what help is. They want to help, but they don't know how.
Sure.
So there's a lot of direction involved in this, which is good for us. It takes a lot of the guesswork away from us, because like this started with, even with Brian, like he said, he just wanted to be involved. He didn't know how.
Yeah.
He didn't know in what capacity, but he wanted to be involved. So they've really provided very much a guiding light into this process, and it's been absolutely instrumental for us.
Yeah.
That's huge. Amazing. So talk about the ride itself.
Yeah.
What's the route? What does this ride look like? How does the day kind of progress
Okay. So
through Hometown Heroes?
registrations from 8:30 to 10:30.
Okay.
And there will be a sea of motorcycles. So I would encourage you to kind of get there a little bit earlier if you can. Now, when I say earlier, I don't mean sit in the parking lot at 7:30.
Right.
We have to, we have to get the vendors in and the other stuff. So really, I mean, I say show up, at registration time,
Yeah.
but don't show up at the very end, because there's a lot of things you might miss along the way. So I would say if you can, try to show up around at the earliest 8:15, 8 o'clock, which would be good. You can get some good coffee.
Don't show up when
Yeah.
his kick stands up.
Yeah.
By then
It's
you've
almost
missed it.
too late. Yeah.
You're a little late at that point, but you'll get there. We'll get you through registration as quick as possible. From there, you'll get your wristband. You can go pick up your T-shirt. It's $25 per bike. We're not
okay.
like a lot
That's
of other
easy.
events
Yeah.
where it's like per person.
Yeah.
It's $25 per bike. So if you want to bring your spouse or your kid or significant other, whatever, we're not charging for them to ride the bike as well.
Okay.
But you only get one shirt with the registration. So if you'd
Okay.
like to purchase a shirt, you're welcome to do that. I've got about 400 shirts, so
Nice.
we should be covered. So yeah, I mean, you come get your shirt, you get your swag bag with all the knickknacks and goodies that we're going to be providing you. There's going to be raffles, there'll be silent auctions, there'll be giveaways. I mean, it's crazy. Last year was really good with all that stuff. This year is even better. So there's some really significant things that are in there. We'll do the initial opening ceremony about 10:30. We're trying to do some stuff. Again, I don't like to overcommit on things that are in store, because there's a lot of time between now and then. Things happen. Weather could play an issue. So we just kind of we're gonna manage through that. Generally, as far as the route goes, the sheriff's office handles all that.
Okay.
We tend to not. I don't swim in their toilet. They don't pee in my pool.
Yeah.
So I let them do. I let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But last year we had a couple of hiccups. I'm been assured that things are going to go a lot smoother on this ride. I think the route's going to change a little bit to allow for that.
About how long
So-
is the route? Do you have that information?
It's the expectation is to be gone about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay,
Probably about an
that's a
hour,
good ride.
So
Yeah.
it's a decent ride, and that's just enough time for us to change everything up at the dealership to make sure, we get Jimmy Jam's cooking a bunch of pork butt for us.
Hey.
So thank you to Jimmy Jam for that. I mean, a great, amazing organization and cause. I highly encourage you to check them out as well. But they've been kind enough to support that aspect. So they're going to be cooking roughly around 30 butts for us.
Nice.
Could be more. However many butts comes in 5 or 6 cases, I think. That's a lot of
A lot.
butt. That's a
Yeah,
lot of butt.
man.
So they're going to take care of that. We'll have sides and it's good. This whole event is just a celebration. It really is, and kind of really to talk about what the mission is and what we do. And the other thing that I love the most about it is there's so many other motorcycle organizations and associations that come out and support it.
That's awesome.
I mean, we have the CMA. I mean, there's a ton of other, the hog chapters there, and they'll come from all over the state. I mean, it's amazing to see all these different groups come together for one singular cause.
No, Brian, you don't want to see me on a motorcycle. So I'm just saying, can like regular fans come out and support too? Do you encourage that?
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
okay.
they can. They can come out and be part of it. You don't necessarily have to ride. You know,
Okay.
obviously, you know, it is. No. You can show up. You know, come out and just support the event. You don't necessarily have to ride to support it. You just have to be there. You know, and you. If it's infectious like it was for me, I hope more people come out because it's just gonna hit you right to the core.
Love
And
it.
That's what we want. You know,
Yeah.
we want people to come out and support the event, support their community. That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
And it's all kinds of bikes, right? It doesn't
It is.
have to be
Sport
your Harley
bikes.
style. It's, yeah.
Oh, good
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not just a Harley. You know, if
Right.
you got a Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki,
Yeah.
Victory, even an Indian, they can show up too. You know, like,
Whoa, shots fired. Oh, that's great.
I
No,
got a
that's
riding lawnmower. How about that?
yeah, that works. That works. John Deere works. You know?
All right.
there you go.
trikes.
Mike's over here like, don't show up on a lawnmower. Don't show up on a lawnmower.
I gotta be street legal. I'm just saying.
You might not ride with a pack, but you can show up on your
Okay,
lawnmower.
yeah,
You know,
cool.
you can show up and
Okay,
support the event.
All
yeah.
right. So
Like
give
it.
me the date, and where can people go to
Yeah.
sign up to get involved in any way?
Okay, great question. So again, this year's we're moving forward. So we got the website up and running.
Okay.
You can go to www.hometownheroesride.com, and that's
Okay.
HEROS.
Plural.
Okay.
Yeah, plural. Yeah, .com. All the information about the event, information about us, our title sponsors, Builders Care, Horseplay.
Could register on the website as well.
Yes, and you can pre-register on the website as
Smart,
well.
yeah.
I'd highly recommend to pre-register.
Yeah.
That's our best guess, our best way of being able to forecast what we're
Right.
going to see.
Helps you guys plan it.
Yeah, and it's also a good way to kind of keep maintain involved and kind of seeing the events as it goes, and you can see that video. And I will say that video, our good buddy Lane Pittman at Lane Pittman Media handled that thing like a champion. Like if you don't handled it,
Looks like a movie.
it's
You know,
I mean
it's great.
Cool.
if you can't watch that and it not jump inside your soul, and I mean, he just has a way of capturing the essence of what we're trying to do. And seeing is believing, and you get to hear Carlton Berry's Staff Sergeant Carlton Berry's testimony in that video, and you get to meet him at the actual event.
Awesome.
So he's going to be there. That's another one of my big beliefs is a tangible. I want people to see, like Lonnie will be there, which was our first honoree. Like I want people to see, feel, touch, hear, from these individuals that their lives have been impacted by it.
Yeah.
Because it is a true charity. It's the mission to give back. So yeah, www.hometownheroesride.com.
Okay.
You could check out our VEMA Veteran Enforcers Motorcycle Association Facebook page.
Okay.
We have a YouTube channel, VEMA St. Johns County. Check that out, and we're just trying to get the word and the message out any way we can. And thank you so much for having us here.
Absolutely.
It's always a blast when you guys are involved. I really enjoy coming down here. I look forward to doing it again.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you want.
So cool.
Thank you all so much for coming by. We really, really appreciate you guys helping get the word out about this very, very important event that truly does impact people's lives in such a positive way. And that's why, they come out there and support you guys in turn as well. So very important. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you very
you as
much
well.
for
Get
hanging
on
out
those
with
bikes
us.
and ride, right? Yeah.
Well, we got to take care of some work first.
Yeah, that's always comes first. We get it.
I'm just a few minutes late today.
So good. Thank you so much for being in studio today. That's
Mike
awesome.
Minter and Brian Anderson here.
Thank you.
Making
Thank
an
you so
impact,
much.
a
Thank
real
you.
powerful impact in our community. So
Yes.
important, man. Love these guys.
Dude, what an event. So cool.
I know.
Yeah.
So powerful, man.
we got to
And
see it. It's going to be great.
just like so many events that we love so much.
Yeah.
Just making a real difference for real people.
Right.
I mean, you know that when you support events like this, that $25 collectively with the big group of people that's going to be out there is literally going to change real people's lives in our community. It's so powerful, man.
Very.
Hey, got to give a big shout out at this point in the show to our friends at Old Town Trolley. You know, a significant part of Old Town Trolley's philosophy, also giving back to the communities in which they operate. Old Town Trolley proud to offer their sincere appreciation to so many local nonprofits here in our area, as well as uncountable transportation donations to many fundraisers like Light Up the Night, the 4th of July fireworks, the Beach Blast Off, the Holly Jolly Shopping Trolley, and so many more. They're just great folks down there, also doing great things in our community. I mean, we talk about people who love our community. Old Town Trolley is that.
Absolutely.
And you're going to always enjoy your experience with them. They are the Old Town Trolleys. They are the green trains, and we love them. You will too.
And another piece of epic history in our community is Steve Chapman's All-American Air. They serve St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. Steve Chapman's All-American Air can match any price, but no matter what, no one can match their quality and service. Their friends at All-American Air will take exceptional care of your home unit. When was the last time you had your home unit serviced? Give them a call today, 904-461-0070.
And of course, our friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar. We had Irving in yesterday.
So
and
fun.
Just such a, I tell you all the time, he's such a wealth of knowledge and loves talking wine.
Yes.
I mean, nothing lights that guy up more than talking wine.
Loves it, yeah.
Really seriously does love it. They've got over 95 wines on hand, ready for you to sample, try out, and take home. Take a bottle home with you if you want.
Yes.
And some of these are wines that you're just not going to find anywhere else in St. Johns County. I mean, Irving literally scours the globe to find these. And it's just, you're going to be so impressed. If you're a wine fan, even if you're not, even if you're just looking to get into the world of wine, or you just need a great gift for someone in your life who is a wine fan, you're not going to find a better place to check out than our friends at Bin 39. Check them out. They're open 8 to 8. And you will have a great time out there. They're on the Orange Street side of St. George Street. Give them a call, 904-827-5740. All right, it is time for horoscopes here this afternoon. We've got Capricorn and Pisces on deck today. Let's do it, Clay. Capricorn. You might encounter obstacles today, like people not recognizing your obvious superiority.
Oh.
A little bit of a complex there, Capricorn. Remember, rolling your eyes is a great exercise. Bad advice from the stars today.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Pisces, today is a great day to get lost in your feelings, or in a book, or a forest. Oh, ouch. They want me to get lost in the forest and never come back.
I saw Blair Witch.
Honestly, as long as you're not dealing with reality, it's all good.
Wow. A lot of LARPing in your future.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I know a specialist.
Okay.
Hey, I also know a specialist for Mason's Got Talent.
Okay.
Join Otis A. Mason's second annual Mason's Got Talent event on Friday, April 5th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tickets are $13 for dinner and a talent show for $5 for just the show. Your dinner ticket includes a spaghetti plate, fresh salad, warm bread, a refreshing drink, and a delightful dessert. Don't miss out on this fun-filled evening to support our favorite manatees. Join them for Otis A. Mason's second annual talent show dinner. Again, Friday, April 5th. Very, very cool. I will put a message in comments for everybody, and you can make cash or checks payable to the great Melinda Stevens.
And that's open to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Not just
True.
teachers and parents
Right, yeah,
and all that
they're
stuff?
raising monies for their
Great.
school. So yeah, this is all good.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick reminder, don't forget, April 6th, 8 a.m. is the Run for Peace 5K. Pastor Jeff was on the show last week talking about it, but I want to remind everybody this weekend is a good registration weekend. So this is happening at the St. Augustine Beach Pier. If you were waiting for a sign, this is it. It's time to sign up today to the 10th annual Betty Griffin Center Run for Peace 5K walk on Saturday, April 6th, 8 a.m., St. Johns County Pier. Check that out. It's one of our favorites. They always have the best t-shirts, too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Great medals this year, too. We got to see the medals.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh, we still have one over here. Yeah,
the
good
peace
medals.
sign,
Yeah,
everything
man.
looks so cool.
Love it.
Hey, there's a St. Augustine Shrine Club barbecue featuring barrel and pole jackpot. This is a big event. So save the date, Saturday, May 11th. There's a $2,000 added open barrel jackpot. This is happening, of course, at the St. Johns County Fairgrounds. I'll put link in comments. There's $15 barbecue lunch served. There's also different exhibitions for horses you can line up. There's 4D barrels for youths and seniors. So yeah, check this out. I'll put the link in comment. Again, St. Augustine Shrine Club barbecue, barrel, and pole jackpot.
All right, man. Very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff coming up.
A lot
for
of fun
sure.
stuff.
Yeah. Another very fun event coming up that I love, that Davey's hosting and emceeing, is the Love Your Mother event put on by Panache, our great friends at Panache out there, who've been around here in St. Johns County, loving on people since 1987, making you feel good, making you feel better about your life. You walk out of Panache and you just feel like a different human being. You really
Absolutely.
do, no matter what you're getting down there, whether it's a hair service, nails, a massage. Massages are world class out there. You just always walk out of there feeling like a different person. And the folks are going to be looking like different people out there at the Love Your Mother Eco Fashion Show. Of course, proceeds going to benefit the Matanzas River Keepers out here in St. Johns County. So vitally important. And it's just going to be a great time. Foods, drinks.
Yeah, so much fun.
The wild stylings of David Hartzell himself.
You never know what's going to come on that stage. I'm excited. Yes.
It's always a cool show, man.
Trash and
And,
fashion. Going to be a lot of fun. 13 different designers around
Yeah.
town. It's going to be really, everybody rallying for Matanzas Riverkeeper. It's a really cool moment. Yeah.
It really is. Get more information at getpanache.com.
And the United Way of St. Johns County is a champion for our community. Together, they create opportunities, foster education, and improve the lives of those in need. The United Way of St. Johns County is at the catalyst for change, bringing together volunteers, organizations to tackle the toughest challenges facing our community. With your support, they can make a real difference. Check them out today. Volunteer your time. They need you. UnitedWay-SJC.org.
United Way, super important, man.
Very, very good.
All right, what do we got to end the show today?
All right, this is memes to remind you how good life was once. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I might need you to do the Pappy voice
yeah, okay.
on some of these.
All right,
Yes.
let's
So
see.
this first one, please, Pappy, can you read this one?
Back in my day, eggs and toilet paper were so abundant, we used to throw them in houses of our enemies.
No, we can't afford them.
That's right.
Is that Troy?
It does look like Troy. It looks just like Troy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Ah, that's a good one.
That is absolutely Troy.
Next up, when music wasn't in the cloud.
Yeah. It was in a physical room.
Time in music shops like
Everybody
this. Yeah.
did, right? It was
Yeah.
it was a thing to do. You had to pick up a
So
few
good.
new CDs every time you went to the mall or a couple new
Every time.
records.
You
Yeah.
never know what you're going to find. Hey, next up, only Willie Nelson could look perfectly normal in this situation, right?
The truth. Yeah.
Looks like a Muppet.
He does.
Next up, I wonder what the part of my brain that used to store people's phone numbers is doing right now.
It has died.
Right?
It's just gone.
Gone.
yeah.
It's very dark on that side.
Yeah.
Next up, I finally remember what Zoom meetings remind me of,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, sure.
kinda,
yeah.
Next up, remember when Pizza Hut pan pizzas were basically a culinary delicacy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Gosh, we were royalty back
Jeez,
then.
Seriously.
The book it thing.
I
you
can
read a book,
taste
you get a
that
pizza.
picture.
Me too.
Oh.
So good. Next up, me at church when I was a kid. 1 hour. Here is 7 years on earth.
I remember that feeling.
Next up, when the car you used to draw in kindergarten pulls up on you.
Yep, that's it.
Basically it.
That's
Or
the
the
car.
Cyber-
That's the car I still draw.
Cybertruck.
Almost the car that I drive. Yeah, yeah.
Next up, sometimes when the stress of being a kid would get to me, I'd chain smoke a whole pack.
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
You had to be cool to have
it
these.
was rough.
Yeah.
yeah.
Next up, safety regulations in the 80s. Oh, hold on,
Oh
Mom.
my, that freaks me out right there.
Right?
That is
Snow King chairlift.
boy.
Yikes.
People died on that thing.
Definitely stay there. Don't, yeah. Oh.
All right, good stuff, man. Thank you for helping wrangle together a great show today,
Yes,
as
sir.
always. Clay pressing all the buttons back there, and you guys out there for watching. What a heck of a show.
Yeah, very powerful.
We hope to see you guys out there at the ride. And hey, we hope you have a great Easter weekend.
Yes, sir.
And we will talk to you next week.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.